Okay, what I have on the bench now is the SGU 2025C, as you can see printed right there. This is already on. I have it tuned to WJAA. That's the hum.
What goes in your recycling bin?
That's actually the hum in Columbus. There's our Bloomington station.
You choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing.
There's the River 106.1. Okay, so the radio seems to work okay, but this one was advertised as AM FM. This is not AM FM. It is FM only. I have a few messages actually into the seller wanting a refund because it was not as stated in the title. So anyway, in the meantime, as I was complaining about this not being AM and FM, Bob looked on Amazon, as Bob usually does, and he seemed to have found one that said it was AM and FM. Like this, only it was an updated version. It had 2027A instead of 2025C here. So I said, well, go ahead and order that one, and I will. In the meantime, we'll get a refund for this one. And I said, we'll have that one. And it did arrive today. And, you know, me being the curious one, I looked at the box first. The box says FM. It doesn't mention AM. I got it open and looked at the instruction manual. The instruction manual says FM. Does not mention AM. So, but even though they showed pretty pictures of the thing tuning AM, we're still very skeptical. Skeptical. Anyway, that's the deal on that one. Now, I'm not going to go spend a lot of time on this because we want to concentrate on the other one. This one does everything it's supposed to do. Obviously, the radio works. So that's it. The other thing that's kind of interesting about this is you turn it. Whoops, that's the radio. Turn it off, which is a long press. You get that clock, and that clock is neat. It will stay like that as long as the radio's on, but then as soon as you turn the radio off, well, I don't mean that, as soon as it dims the display after a little bit. But you can, I think, just hit it like that and you can see it. But that's just a neat display. It does have a digital clock also. You can choose that if you want. But I just thought that was kind of neat, and I'm hoping the other one does the same thing, which we'll find out shortly. All right, let me get the other one up on the bench and we'll take a look at it. All right, well, as you can see, this is the other one because you can tell by the number, 2027A. And I think this is a difference. I don't believe we had that on the other one. Let me take a look real quick. No, we don't have, here you can see the other one. No back button right there. So that's kind of neat. And also has a microphone button over here. Now I think this one has one, but it's down here. I don't even know if it's a button. I don't think it is. I think it's just pointing out the microphone. But anyway, so all those two buttons are new, added, or whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and this might have a, this looks like a reset maybe, or maybe that's your infrared. That's what it is. I think it says IR. All right, let's do a long press, or no, a short press. Or I always forget. All right, let's go with that.
Growing. They now have two Nickies on board.
All right.
Nikki Larison and Nicole Gray ready to go.
That is that. I'm going to go ahead and switch the...
Plus, for all you snowbirds dreaming of a Florida getaway,
I'm going to go ahead and switch this to the equalizer I want, so that way we'll have a decent sound all through this. Rock, there it is. All right, let's go back to the home. And we were on radio. Let's go back to the radio.
Handy, and lard has more calories than any other food, 902 per.
There's the hum. Yep, definitely a good sound to that.
Different.
Yeah, this one even picks up the local
Choosing
station.
the right health insurance for you and your employees is essential.
There's Bloomington. There's 106.1. All right, let's go to USB. I don't think that one spins like the other one. That one just sort of has a on and off, or not on and off, but
Bob Dylan, Dolly Parton, Taylor Swift, as well as this guy. It's Bruce Springsteen.
now one of the things I liked about this was pressing that, and then you can, there you go switch whichever song you want. Kind of like that. Again, your titles and all that stuff is there.
Coming on strong. Coming on.
Sing it, Reba. Alright, so that works fine. Let's go ahead. I'm going to leave that in there. See if we can get the home SD card. Now I got to take the one out of the other one because I forgot to leave it in there again. So now I don't know if it's going to come up in that. I guess it did. No, it didn't. So let's go back to here. TF. Oop. Not really sure why it won't go out of. Maybe I have to take this out. Obviously defaults to the radio. Oh, I think it's telling me there's no TF card in there. There it is. Guess I hadn't read it yet. Maybe this one doesn't work. Isn't that strange? No, it is not working. Well, gosh darn it. Now I got to return this one. Just can't win with these things. So if it doesn't play both of the, things like that, I don't think it's, and it doesn't have FM either, so. Now I don't think there's a chance. The other one goes in upside down, but this one won't go in right side up, so it's the same as the other one. So oop. Huh, ain't that something? Let's try to turn it off. Turn it back on, see what happens. Come up in the radio, I bet you. Oh, no, it didn't. Well, it's obviously sensing that the card is in there because, you're kind of stuck with that. Bluetooth, well, let's test the Bluetooth while we're here. I don't know if it paired or not. Yep, it did. Alright, well that's good.
imagine a world.
So, Bob's not going to like to hear this. Anyway, I don't know what else to do. I'm going to go play with the off camera. I'm going to go play with the radio settings, see if there can any way at all can figure out how to get to AM, if there is. So I'll join you maybe later on. Oh well, I don't know how well you can hear it, but that is our local station on AM. It does work on AM. You have to press the little button here. No, it's not a button, but you know, that spot on the screen, and switches to FM. I tried that on the other one because I thought, well, it says FM, maybe if I press that it would go to AM. It didn't work on the other one. So there's no mention of that anywhere in any of the documentation I could find on this. Obviously, lacking a good antenna, but other than that. Now if I go to FM and go down to, you know, it should be Love Me Like a Rock. There you go. So there you go. There you go, it does work. I was talking to Bob. I told him it does have AM. He was all happy and everything. Then I told him the FC card don't work, and I said, oh crap. So I don't know. It obviously recognizes that you put a card in because it will switch from whatever, like it's on radio now. If I pop that out and then pop it back in, well, see, it's tried to switch there. I can't get a fingernail on it. There it goes. It does switch. So, you know, that tells me that it's obviously recognized, but then it goes right on back to that. So that tells me that it is working somewhat. So, that apparently just goes home. That's the home button, I'm assuming, because it doesn't really go back. I'm going to do some, like I say, more experimenting with this thing, see if I can get that card reader to work, because that is just too close to what we want. I guess we could send it back and get another one, maybe, and get a better one with a better card reader. Don't know. Again, I didn't do the auxiliary, but we've got some plans to do. I've got something coming to test the little ports on the back, the RCA jacks, to find out how those work with an external amplifier. And actually the thing I've got coming is an external amplifier, so that should work out pretty good. Like I said, that's what we'll do then. So when that comes in, we will go from there. So, hi, we are back here at the bench once again. What I got going on today is, you saw in the demo of the this unit here. I've got it upside down, but that the SD card that goes in here does not work. It recognizes the card is pressed in, but it does not play. So what I've done is basically took this apart. This is the where the card attaches to the SD card slot. You know, there's the slot right there. And if you just turn it over, this card here has got the reader on it. I should say the reader, the slot for the to put the SD card in. These they don't look bad, but there is a solder ball behind one of these, and I don't know which one it was, but I did a close-up on it, and I know there is a solder ball there. I think it's that one right there. I think you can barely see it. But anyway, I'm going to take and unsolder all that, and I don't know if this will come out then. If I do that, I think it will. I think it just slides out. But I'll examine that real good, make sure there's no bad spots on this. And if everything checks out, then we'll put it back in there and resolder it. There. I think I got it. They look like they're good and shiny. So, I think, let's put this thing back together and try it. Now, if this doesn't fix it, then obviously it's got to be this socket could be bad. Obviously, probably other problems could be, but again, I think this was it. Alright, we are back once again. As you can see, it is lit up. And if I hit the
Every rookie debut
unmute,
with matchups locked and kickoffs confirmed.
it is working.
Every Kansas
So I must have done something right.
the full NFL schedule release.
So let's see if the buttons still work. That one's working. And I have no idea what this one does. It's just microphone's all it says. So I don't know what that does, but not a big deal.
96.3.
Looking for hands-on career
Again, like I say, that works. I've got this thing. I picked this up the other day on eBay. Type-C card reader. And as you take the other end, that fits in the phone. So that's one of the reasons I got it, in case I wanted to use a card with my phone. It's got the full-size SD and the micro SD. And that's the one we were using in here. I'm just going to try it real quick, see it works here okay. There it goes, going there now. So there you go, the card itself is recognized. I say it's recognized. There it is. No, it's not. Okay. That's interesting. Because I think, and I don't know why it would be that way, but I don't understand it. Let me take it out and just see if it, when I plug it back in, if it does anything. Yeah, it's not reading it. I think there's a different one that does not work with this. It's marked HC, and this is marked HC. So I don't know if that's the problem or not, but could be. Let's try it in the other slot. We got nothing to lose, right? This one goes in upside down. I do remember that. Same behavior. So I'm going to say that it's a problem with that. I've got another card in there, a little 2 GB card. I'm going to bring that in here and we're going to try that. And if that one works, we'll know the problem anyway. It would suck if it won't even take a 32 GB card though. I know the other one, the older one does. So, alright, let me go get the other one. We'll be back. Alright, we're back once again. This is our little update on the 2027A MP3, car stereo. Let me see if this works first, and if it works, I think we will be happy. So let's see. Alright, you can hear that is playing, and I was pointing at it. That is what that is the SD card. Kind of feel embarrassed in a way, I guess. In a way, it worked. It worked in the other one. It worked in this Elegoo here, or Esgoo. It worked fine in it. It's the same basic thing, and I don't understand why it would work in one and not the other. But anyway, long story short, I took the card out, and I got to, again, reading more about cards, SD cards, micro SD cards, things like that. And I even ordered another card. It hasn't obviously got here yet. I just ordered it yesterday, but it really makes a difference on the card itself and how it's formatted and things like that. Now, this particular card in here was formatted by the little MP3 player. You know, the little MP3 player that I bought not too long ago. And it had basically a lot of Android stuff on the card, and there was a music folder, and that's where this music was at, was in the music folder. Now, again, apparently the other one didn't have any problem finding that, but this one did. And so, as such, it did not work. So what I did was take the card out and put it in my little card reader on the computer, and basically in Windows 11, because Bob suggested doing it in Windows just in case, and I agreed. And in Windows 11, I reformatted the card. The card was in FAT32. Now, normally these cards, I tend to use exFAT when I format them, because that's generally what they work with. But this one is formatted FAT32, and that was what was suggested on all I read about this, that it would work with this better than basically anything else. So, so anyway, obviously that did the trick. And once I formatted in FAT30, in fact, I even took the long. I didn't use the short format. Or quick format. I used the long one, and it took a little while to do it, but it did it. And like I said, then I just copied the music from my favorite girl singers, I guess is what this was, to the card. And as you can hear, or you heard, or you will hear now.
Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic.
So there you go. I think that's not even with the yeah, let's see, EQ, I think that's just flat. Yeah. User, oops, rock. Let's see what it sounds like now. USB, SD.
When that foghorn blows,
That's just a beautiful song. Van Morrison did that originally.
when that foghorn
His rendition of it is beautiful as well, but I just happen to like this version of it. Let's see what else is on here.
you say that it's over, baby.
Oh yeah.
You say that it's over now.
Uh-huh.
But still you hang around to come on. Won't you move over? You know, they were so ecstatic when the letter arrived.
Oops. I only got 4 tracks on there.
They were so ecstatic when the
That's
letter
odd.
arrived.
There we go. Now we're getting to it. So, I don't know why it didn't work right the first time, but it didn't seem to want to go past those three songs. But anyway, like I keep saying, it is working. There's nothing wrong with the card reader. I don't think. I think it's this card. Anyway, now that covers everything except for the aux input, and this also has a USB-C charger. I don't know if I can try that. I've got cables here somewhere, I'm sure, but I'm sure that works just fine. Like I said, the USB, or not the USB, the auxiliary input. But I want to wait until we get the little amp module going and test all of that at once. So that'll be like a part 2, I guess. But so let me add this to the mix, and that's going to wrap up this little segment of demo for this unit. Everything's working, and so for now, we're going to, like I say, get off here and do this. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.